Mr. Burrows, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail. And now he's still consuming alcohol, Mike.
That's what I'm saying. He's here to tell you, I don't believe that's the case. He swears up and down he didn't.
I have a scram.
I understand that. And he puts a crazy amount of makeup on him, and the alcohol, I gave you the pictures of it also. It's called alcohol what's it called? Hang on. He can explain to you, but I have it here.
I have pictures of
the nature alcohol can be mistaken for alcohol consumption. I know.
I have these pictures. It has no date.
To give you context to it, I have the dates here. Those are just pictures of the close-up makeup, but he was DJing on those particular dates, and I have it right here because I was trying to get it in the club.
And I guess drinking while DJing, right?
No, he said he wasn't. I mean, you talked to him. I wasn't there. It was DJ Sidney Ray, October 31st at this place, and that was the day in question. And then this is October. This one, I'm sorry.
Okay. So
October 27th.
I have here that you're consuming alcohol. I have here that the consumption is October 26th.
Yeah, that's the
October 30th.
And
November 9th. Oh, and October 9th. So I have 4 different events that you're consuming alcohol.
So for October 9th, Your Honor, that was whenever you told me to put the scram on, and I put the scram on right after that. And then those other 3 dates.
So you're allegedly consuming alcohol the day I tell you to put it on.
No, he did it. That's the day, and then he put it on. No, that's the violation. We addressed that.
I have a positive for alcohol on the 9th of October.
Not from the scram, I think.
Yes. I sent him on 10/9. So Felicia.
Yes, Judge.
So we sent him for a POC test on 10/9 on that time. Did he test positive for alcohol?
Yes, Judge.
Why on earth are we just now getting the violation?
The violation was already addressed.
That was addressed.
Yes, that violation was already addressed in our previous BVR. They started to put it in that section, that's why I didn't highlight it, but
Can I address that BVR?
yes, and that's when we amended the conditions to put a scram.
Okay, so now we have alcohol consumption as a second violation on top of all this.
For the scram itself.
I've been very grateful for the second chance you gave me. That was from the makeup that I applied to myself, and I was just ignorant to the fact that that would actually set off my scram device, but I have not consumed another alcohol beverage at all. Those are also the days that I was working. I was entertaining. I did not consume another alcohol beverage at all. So I've been very grateful. I'm not stupid. I wouldn't consume another alcoholic beverage after you put the scram device.
Mr. Burrows, I told you at every single stage of this game, do not put anything into your body that could be positive for alcohol. It is your responsibility to know what you can and cannot use. You're old enough to know that actions have consequences.
Yes,
and
sir.
here we are. I've already let you go one time with a positive for alcohol. When I told you not to consume, you literally tested positive on the day that we sent you for the test. And now we have another 3 positives for alcohol.
I don't think that's all. That's the other parts. Yeah, but the first part, that's not. He didn't test positive.
He tested positive 10/9.
No, that was.
It was a positive urinalysis test, and because of that, we amended it.
And because of that, I amended the conditions. I did not put him in jail. I put the scram on him.
Yeah, but we addressed that he didn't go in and
I got it.
It's not 2 tests, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You're right.
But he's continuing to consume. Stephen.
The scram report
It is probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must submit. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, a $100 donation, one time to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, no drugs, no alcohol. Random analysis. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Does he have any prior DWIs?
He had one that was dismissed a long time ago, and it was no probable cause based on no alcohol consumption out of Galveston. So
Yes.
we tried to get a pizza at the Courtroom, but it's just because of that. He had a theft when he was a kid, like 17 years old, but it was
Just one.
yeah. But he was he was 17 and he had an employee theft, and then he picked up another theft, but they didn't revoke his probation. It was like $100 from a cash register, but that was a long time ago. He's a volleyball coach. He's a good citizen. He's a good guy. He's turned his life around. His parents are here to support him. He made a mistake this night drinking. He understands that. He's taking responsibility for that. He's doing whatever he can to move forward. And he's in a financial hardship now. That's why we're asking for a reduction in the DPS fine. I've worked with him on payment plans and stuff. I'm going to waive all my fees so he can succeed. So.
The question is, at what point do you get it, Mr. Burrows? You know, you've already had one DWI dismissed. You now have another one. While you're on bond, you have bond violations. So for you to come here and tell me that you've changed and that you're a different person and this and that goes in one ear, goes out the other. I don't believe it. Actions speak louder than words. And you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, you know, and your record, you know, life is hard enough being a young Black man in America today, right? And the more convictions you get, all you're doing is you're making life more difficult. With these theft cases that you get, with these DWI, I mean, it's one of the worst cases that you can possibly pick up, because these theft cases brands you as a thief, and people are scared to hire potential thieves, because I'm always going to be thinking, well, if I hire him to work for me, I know that he's got not only one prior theft, but 2 prior thefts. Is he going to steal from me? Same thing now happens with the DWI. You've had one dismissed. Now you have another one. What's it going to take for you to get that we mean business, that public safety is a primary concern? And when you don't get it, and when you continue to pick up criminal cases, there are really grave consequences. You need to understand that from now on, after today, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. No, hold on a second. Hmm. 90 days in jail at a minimum for any new cases you pick up here in county court. Don't matter how small it is. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Not only that, you pick up another theft, you could be potentially charged with a felony, because they use those as a stepladder to enhance punishment. And when you don't get it, they combine all those to get up to felony court. You could be potentially facing that. You pick up another theft case as well. Some point you got to get it. And I hope that this is it. And usually, in my experience, being here, at times when we go too easy on people, they still don't get it. You're skirting out of here today. You're getting probation. You're getting no jail time. You're not getting your license suspended. Now they want me to waive. Michael wants me to waive the fines and fees. I mean,
I think he has his family.
why would we reward? You know,
I want him to succeed, and that's what I think the problem is, that if he doesn't have the money to succeed, it's going to be very hard. He's going to try everything in his power to succeed financially. I just think that's going to be a burden on him. I took it upon myself to forego my fees, and I'm doing whatever I can to help him.
And that's great.
Yeah, I understand
Michael,
that. I just don't think he can't afford it. He physically can't afford it. We're putting the burden on his parents who are here to support him. They're in the back. They're here. He's going to be staying with them to produce his whatever fees he has to try to, get back on his feet. But he's trying, Judge. He is. He's been in constant contact with me. We talk every other day. He's literally trying. He really is. And I think if you give him a shot here, he's going to do whatever he can to prove you wrong.
I don't have to accept this agreement. I could say, no, I don't want this. Well, I'm jail time. I will accept your agreement, Mr. Burroughs, but I want you to understand that if you come back here and try to tell me that you test positive again because of makeup, that kind of excuse is such that every single person who puts makeup on gets intoxicated. Really? So if you come up here while you're on this probation and you test positive for alcohol, it tells me that you have a problem. And I'm giving you fair warning now that you will go into a rehab facility. I can amend the conditions to put you in a lockdown rehab facility for, at a minimum, 9 months to 10 months, if you respond well to treatment. I will accept it, but I'm telling you now, if you test positive for whatever it may be, get ready. And I hope that and I want to read a repeat offender to the PI education class. I don't want just a garden variety. Your record speaks and tells everyone in the whole world about you. So if you ever get pulled over again, you need to understand that you will probably get harassed. So if I were you, I wouldn't ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a glass of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record, Mr. Burroughs. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, like I said, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case. You test positive for alcohol. You know what's going to happen. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out. And we're going to talk about if you violated, if you did, how, and what the appropriate remedy will be. And it could be 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that one of the things that they're ordering you to do is a TRAS. This is an evaluation. They may assess intensive outpatient treatment. Who's done the TRAS?
They recommended IOP SOP.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right?
May I say a word, please?
Sure thing.
Once again, I do appreciate, the second chance. When I went to jail for a year when I was 17, and that's when I was in high school.
Shh.
It's been 18 years ago. I've been a completely different person. I coach volleyball. I do a lot. I do give back a lot, and I do understand that this record will carry on without my life. I've already realized that, and I've been doing things a lot different. I did make a mistake. I did end up, drinking and driving. The first case, I do admit. After that, I haven't told you a lie at all. It was more than just makeup. It was paint, body paint, full transformation. I do a lot on Halloween. I did not know that I was seeking to my ankle, and I haven't lied to you about that. Once again, I do appreciate the second chance. I'm a lot different than what my record says that I am. That happened when I was in high school, 17, 18, I'm 35 now. I haven't been in trouble since. I know you did see DWI on there. I was leaving work, didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked to do a breathalyzer. They wouldn't let me do a breathalyzer. That was leaving from Kima. They have an ongoing case. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. That's the reason why I got thrown out. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked him to do a breathalyzer. I was being harassed for that whole
Talking about the
month.
first case in
Sir.
Galveston.
I was being harassed for a whole month. 14 times I got pulled over. The last time before that one, I told him, I said, you know, there's a reason why you pulling me over. And that's why I told him. The next time I got pulled over on 146. They didn't even give me a chance to even do a breathalyzer. And that's the reason why I got thrown out. Is because I asked to do a breathalyzer, they didn't take my blood, they didn't take anything. They wanted to take me to jail because of some beef that's happening in between the Kima bars and Kima PD. I changed my life a lot. I didn't lie to you last time I was here. I wasn't aware that that would set off my scram device. I had super glue that I was putting up, fingernail polish remover. Last time I didn't speak because I was on my anxiety medication, so I didn't really speak, but I can speak a lot better today because I haven't taken it the last 2 days. But that's what ended up happening. Once again, I do appreciate you for giving me a second chance, but just want to let you know I didn't lie to you last time I was here.
If you think that people and officers messed with you last time, what do you think is going to happen now?
I do understand that, sir.
You know, and
I do understand
the only thing that I'm trying to impart to you is don't give them the ability to do that by smelling like alcohol, smelling like weed. Because when you get into a car, the faintest, funkiest smell of whatever, it's a great excuse for them to take you down.
Yes, sir. This time I did drink. I did not admit
Look,
that.
you don't
Yes,
have
sir.
to say anything now, but
Yes, sir.
I want you to appreciate the gravity of it, because when officers like me, I don't know you. I have but a mere 10 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 5 minutes to get to know who Sydney Burroughs is.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I use to find out who you are is your record.
I understand.
So when an officer pulls you over, they're going to see DWI, theft. And I don't know if there's other things as well, because I don't get access to everything. But when they see that, they're going to be, holy moly. If they go up to your car, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, if they have a DWI 1, if they have a DWI 2nd, and now they come up to you and they smell something,
I do understand.
don't give them ammunition to fire a gun at you. Life is hard enough as it is. Anyways, look,
Yes, sir.
done preaching. So just comply with these things and we will be happy.
Yes, sir.
Michael, and I'm going to tell you now that I will waive your court costs and your supervisory fees.
Thank you, Judge.
But if you come back with another DWI, I want you to understand that the next time on a second, you're facing around $6,000 at a minimum of supervisory fees, not to mention court costs of another $500-600. So it's on a second DWI, you're facing around $7,000.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Get the message. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Which devices are we giving him?
So what do you have now? Do you have the scram?
Yeah, he liked the interlock, what they agreed to.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm okay with that. First, you got to get the interlock. Once you get the interlock, we'll take the scram off. I've been paying for your device now. While you're on probation, I can't pay for it. You're going to have to pay for that yourself.
Yes, sir. I understand.
But I'm going to, cut his fines and fees, please. I'm literally taking all the money away. Money is never the issue. It's doing what you're supposed to do in the time you're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I really wish you the best of luck, Mr. Burroughs. We want the best for you. And we're just trying to make you get a clue. That's all. Just don't be a danger to the public. That's all we want.
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, man. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Did you fill out the affidavit? Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Goins, for being patient. Come on up.